It's Sway in the morning.
Only on Shade 45.
Come on, that's this show. First of all, David Banner.
What's happening?
It's on the show with us.
What's happening?
It had to be co-hosting. Nori just walked out and he told me to say to you, David Banner, he was one of the first people, if not the first, to buy one of your beats.
He was the first.
He was the first.
He was the first. Well, let's say he was the first to pay for it.
Okay.
Hey, Nori, actually, what people don't know, I was living in New York homeless. I had moved to New York homeless to try to get a record deal. And we signed with Penalty when Nori was smashing the world.
Right.
I remember that.
And Nori, actually, you remember when Nori shot that $1 Million video? He believed in our group so much, and he knew that they were looking over us. He tried to take $20,000 out of the budget for that $1 Million video just to make them shoot us a video.
Wow.
Like he really believed in us, and that's the kind of those are the kind of stories that people don't talk about.
Yeah.
And the money that Nori gave me for that beat was the reason why I didn't go like hungry. Like, serious, when I was staying in New York. And people don't know that.
Yo, Nori, man, that's an all-around great guy. And then you invited me to come to Chicago.
Right.
And this was at a time when that young man got hit over the head with a 2x4, right?
Darian, right.
Darian, and he died as a result of it. And you and I went into all these different neighborhoods, like in Chicago.
We went through all the hoods.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, on foot, though.
Yeah.
Like, we literally parked the cars and went through the hood. And you and I both, we were able to see that there's a much bigger problem that, you know, a lot of people don't have an opportunity to see. And we got to show people that, you know, there are people that care. You know, and honestly, I know, and you can agree with this, the kids had some of the dopest ideas on how to stop a lot of the violence.
Wow.
Yep.
Like when the kids, remember when the kids came up to us and said, we can't even go to our own parks and play.
Yeah.
They make us pay. And I was like, wow. And this is the stuff the grown-ups not even talking about.
Right.
You know, and one of the kids said, I know you remember this way. He's like, well, you know, they expect us not to gang bang. They expect us not to fight and sell dope, but there's no jobs.
That's exactly what that. And this was a couple of years. Now this is like almost 2 years?
Yeah, it's about a year and a half. Yeah.
And those kids they were like prophets. Had to be.
Yeah.
They and all the information. I learned so much from that. And plus, thank you to Chicago too, because we went into some places that you wouldn't, you know, possibly normally go into unless you knew somebody there. But they were so happy. First of all, they was extremely happy to see David Banner.
They were just as happy to see. No front. They were happy to see.
You hear Sway being humble, right? You hear.
But that was some of the most rewarding work that I've ever had an opportunity to do. I don't know if I ever thanked you for, you know, allowing me to do that with you, but thank you. But that's a testament. I'm thanking you now, but that's a testament to the type of person you are. And the thing I like about you is the person you are behind the music is the same person you are within your music.
Yeah.
You know, and I think a lot of people forget, you know, how the role that music plays in our life. You know, from the time you're a child, it shapes and molds people. A lot of artists say, man, I'm not a role model. I don't care what I say. Don't raise your children with my music. Raise them in your home. But your children are sometimes so influenced by the music. Are you considerate of that?
Well, this is what I say. I say that I say artists shouldn't be role models. I say men should be. I'm not a role model because I'm an artist. I'm a role model because that's the kind of man I am. Like if you weren't built like that, no way. I don't want you to be a role model for my children anyway.
Right.
And the thing that parents have to understand is you also have to figure out what role in society you want your child to play. You might want your child to be a spineless coward.
Yeah.
I happen to not be that, so you might not want me to be your child's role model. I stand up for something, you know.
Right.
David Banner.
But I do want to say something real quick about Chicago before we pass on. Bro, we reason why we didn't never thank each other for Chicago is because that's what we supposed to do.
Yeah.
Like my dad say, you don't never get props for something that you supposed to do. Boy, that's what you supposed to do as a man. So like as men, that's what we felt like we should do. And we looked at each other in the eye like, that's what we do, homie. I see you on the next
See you on the next one, right? We're going to go to Seattle. Fat Man, what's going on?
What up?
David Banner's in here. Sway in the morning.
What's happening?
What up? Hey, I read a few years ago that you was going to school to become a teacher.
Well,
I wonder if you still...
No, well, actually, what happened was before my rap career, that was something that I always wanted to do. Like, I always looked at teachers and you look at kids. The truth is, kids don't want to hear what you have to say. They want to see what you have.
Right.
So, like, I used to always ask my business teachers, like, how can you teach me to be a millionaire and you making $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year?
Good point, yeah.
Like, you know, I want to be...
That's a good-ass point.
Right. I want to be able to go back and be a multi-millionaire and have accomplishments. So when I tell children, this is what you need to do, they know I'm from the hood.
Right.
They know that I mean with these things because people know my history. I've been beat and have beat a lot of ass in my time. So I think kids can see that and they see the struggle. So when you tell them certain things, they ain't looking at you like, oh, that motherfucker don't know what he talking about.
Right.
They know it and then they're willing to listen to you. So I still want to be an educator. I just want to take something back when I go.
Yeah. I want to play back Swag. And then I want you to, if you can, when you wrote some of these lyrics, you know, tell me when you listen to it,
okay,
what are you hearing? What did you mean by certain lyrics?
Okay.
Okay. And then I'll tell you to stop. Okay, let's listen.
Everybody in my city pushing keys, and that's all these kids see. If that's the only thing they hear, then that's the only thing they'll be.
The environment that I came out of wasn't too conducive to being nothing else. I always asked my mom, I was like, Mom, like, what was different about me? And she said, sometimes God places a spirit in a person that you can't explain. Like, my environment is not where I'm from.
Yeah.
It's not conducive. My city was the murder capital when I was growing up. So it's like, it's sort of hard for you to tell these kids to do something unless we show them something. And the thing is, I understand when rappers first come out, like, oh, most of us from the hood, but the truth is we see more. So once you start seeing more, if you say you're going to keep it 100, then you need to tell kids what you saw when you went to Africa.
Okay, cool.
You know, when you went to Europe. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. Let's go to the next part.
The homies is busting slugs, the women is shaking ass. A white girl call us nigga, and we just sit back and laugh and call it.
Stop.
All right. First of all, I'm going to clear up a couple of things. I was going to hold this for a while, but since it's your show, I'm going to say something. A lot of people are trying to make this into a dissing of the swag movement or certain people. This song is not about dissing the movement at all. I'm proud of cats getting their money. I'm not tripping. But the thing is that we have to understand, what do we stand for? Like, you know, there was a young lady that, you know, in her and her group, they called they friends niggas.
V Nasty out of Oakland.
But see, the thing is that I don't want to do. The reason why I never call her name is because she's a child. And I honestly don't think she know better. I'm serious. I don't think she knows better. And I think she is just a strong possibility she can go to the wrong city and get hurt.
Yeah.
Like, and so I don't want to make it be about her.
Right.
Because there's a lot of white people that think it's cool to call folks niggas. And maybe around their friends it may be cool, but in Mississippi, like, what our parents went through in slavery, and the thing is, you're missing a whole historical moment. It's not about what she said. It's about what are the consumers going to do. It ain't about her and what she said. She has the constitutional right to say whatever she wants. Yeah. But what's the repercussions? When will we as consumers, because I still buy records, what are we going to stand for? When is it enough? Like, what do we really stand for? Everything in the world now is just swag. As long as it don't affect my family or my kids or me personally, I ain't worried about it. And that's bullshit. Swag.